story on this channel. It's gonna be about the time how I hurt my ankle while playing baseball. No, it's not like I slid or like I had a collision at the plate or something like that. I didn't go out cool. It's actually quite funny. I'm gonna be just playing a game of domination. Here's my lineup. You can see for yourself that I'm gonna be using. I have all those guys that I could use, but I am not because reasons. So yeah, this is gonna be live commentary as we're facing off against the Timberwolves. Now, a bit of background information. I am 13, okay, and in the baseball league in my town, well, the one I, play in, like, the leagues are like, it's like 11 and 12, which is majors, and then 13 and 14, which is juniors. And, like, there's like a whole, like, other, like, travel league, like, travel team league and stuff like that, like, same age groups, NJBL. National Junior Baseball League, something like that. And like this fall, for the fall season, I was going into the juniors league, and my brother was leaving it because my brother is 15. But at the time this happened, I was 12 because my birthday's in December. But in the fall league, my coach decided to make a team for for NJBL for the fall season, for the travel. Now, they're like made of the best teams. We won like 2 games the entire season out of 14. We played doubleheaders every Saturday. But yeah, I was like the youngest guy on the team. So, I wasn't the greatest because we play 60-90 in that league, which is 60 foot from the pitcher's mound to home plate, and then 90-foot bases in between the bases. And I wasn't used to that. I was used to playing like 50-70. So, it was a new experience for me. I was just getting used to it. We had to use like bigger bats and everything like that. So it was kind of, a learning experience. I didn't do too well. But yeah. It was the last doubleheader of the season. Just an average cold morning, almost winter time. And yeah. Just an average cold morning here, and we weren't sure if we were gonna play because not enough players looked like we were going to show up, and then some showed up. We had enough. We started playing. Okay, the first game, just your average little game. We lost as always, I believe. And or did we win? I don't know, but we played that game, and then we got into the second game. Now this is where everything gets interesting. You see. So, like me, I don't know how you could put this. I'm not the fastest guy ever. I'm gonna admit that right now. I'm not very fast at all. I'm much more of a better hitter and like a better pitcher, like a better, defensive player than a actual runner. I didn't really get on base a whole lot this season because, I was like the youngest and I wasn't really used to this new experience of the new bigger fields. So, it was just an average game where you're losing as always. And let's just skip forward ahead in the story, okay? It's the last inning of the game. There is 1 out and I come up. And I walk, and I'm happy about this because I didn't get on base a whole lot that season. So I was very happy about this walk. Now, it was 1 out with the final inning of the season, and we were losing, like, badly. There was no hope of us coming back. And then I think the next guy struck out. I want to say, oh my God, LeBron. But yeah, the next guy struck out. Okay, so it was 2 outs. No, wait, no, he didn't strike out. My bad. No, he didn't strike out. He hit a ground ball. Now, on a ground ball, you're supposed to be running to second if you're on first base. So I run to second, and there's 1 out, so they could turn a double play, and I don't want that to happen. But it looks like because the third baseman started to bobble it. So, I start, slowing down. I'm almost at the base. And all of a sudden, I just hear the shortstop yell, hit two, like throw it to second. So, like, I was looking down, and then when I heard him start screaming, I look up at him. So I started to pick up my pace, I work my way over to second. I'm safe, he doesn't even throw it. But the second baseman out of nowhere starts to cover. And I wasn't really aware. And one thing led to another, and I basically tripped over the base. Like, I stepped onto the base, but I didn't know I was there yet. I thought that I had like 2 more steps to go. And my ankle just twisted over, and I legit went over the bag. Like, I like, you know how, like, when you're injured, like, you have a leg injury, and then, or, like, something like that, or you're, like, trying to stretch, you have, like, one leg out and one leg in? Yeah, I was doing that, like, but, like, in the opposite direction of my leg that was hurt, that's the side that the base was on, compared to me, and I was trying to be safe. I didn't want to be out and looking like a fool on the ground. So, I'm, like, reaching at my ankle and the base. I'm, like, in a very odd position. Not very comfortable at all, to be honest. I was safe, but nobody noticed that I was actually hurt except the second baseman. And, like, they're about to, like, get the next batter up, and all of a sudden the second baseman just shouts, Please, down! I think he hurt his ankle! Like, he just shouted it. I almost laughed, because it was just out of nowhere. Like, I was just on the ground, like, dying, doing my thing. And he just shouts it. Like, it just comes out of nowhere. And then time is called. I'm on the ground. I'm not even worried about the base anymore. My coach comes out. My dad comes out because he was the assistant coach at the time. I try and walk on it. I didn't want to be taken out of the game, but it hurt like hell. Like, I could walk alright on it, but, the ump said, don't force anything. And so I got out of the game, and I was just sitting there on the bench, on the end of the bench, and apparently, like, nobody was watching the game, because, nobody really cared, because we were losing. And all my teammates just come up to me like, oh, Joe, what happened? Why are you over here now? Why are you holding your ankle? I explained to them, I tripped over the base, like a man, because that's totally what men do in times of need. They trip over bases. And then, like, I had trouble walking on it the whole day, and we didn't want him going to the doctor. Like, our doubleheaders were, like, in the morning. Like, the first game was at, like, 9 o'clock in the morning. We didn't wind up going to the doctor until, like, 8:30 at night. So, like, we found out that I sprained my ankle, And, like, at the lunch table that I sit at school, like, I sit with, like, 2 kids who are my friends, and they both play baseball, but, like, they weren't in the same league. Like, we have a National League and American League. I was in the American League, but they didn't participate in the NJBL. So I was, like, telling them what happened, and my one friend, Kevin, he just starts bursting out, hysterically laughing at me. And, like, the way he laughed, it was just so funny. But, yeah, that's the time I kind of, guess you could say, like, got my ankle broken. I fell over in baseball, and I hurt myself. I know this one was kind of short, and maybe it wasn't that insanely interesting, but I wanted to try something new, guys. If you want more life stories, then leave a like, comment what you thought of it, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey.